Hey, how goes it? Ken Bosak from thebitcoinpodcast.com, here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And as always, I have my co-host, John Crothers, aka Crypto Therapy. Thanks for joining me, John. Say hi.
No problem. What's going on, y'all?
What up? What's going on, Crypto fam? Let's see, who do we got in the chat box already? We got James Bond, Uniqua, I believe. Hear No More, the 21 Million Club, as always. Crypto Odyssey, Sterling Sawyers. Hey guys, you guys are the true fans. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching live tonight. We're here to talk about how Coinbase is pretty much going to do what we expected them to do, and that was nothing. John, have you got a chance to check out the article, or do you want me to just go ahead and read it and we can dig into it after that?
Yeah, I read into it and I already kind of knew that they weren't going to be supporting BCC, but yeah, let's go ahead and read it.
All right. me. So this is from the Coinbase blog by David Farmer. Oh, all right. Well, that's a funny name to have in crypto. All right. So update for customers with Bitcoin stored on Coinbase. This post explains what customers can expect from Coinbase in the event of a split or fork in the Bitcoin network. You can read more about what a digital currency fork is here. All right. So basically, this is going to let us know what to expect. Our first priority, Coinbase's first priority, is the safety of the customer's funds. In the event of a fork, customer fiat currency, USD, Euro, and Great British Pound, and digital currencies, Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin are safe. Okay, so on August 1st, 2017, there is a proposal to make changes to the Bitcoin software. This proposal, known as Bitcoin Cash, is likely to create a fork in the Bitcoin network. This means that after August 1st, 2017, there are likely to be two versions, or possibly more, of the Bitcoin blockchain and two separate digital currencies, or possibly more. In the event of two separate blockchains, after August 1st, 2017, we will only support one version. We will have no plans to support the Bitcoin Cash fork. We have made this decision because it is hard to predict how long the alternative version of Bitcoin will survive, and if Bitcoin Cash will have future market value. Alright, so let me just stop right there and just say, what the fuck? There's so many other places that are just making sure that no matter what, they're at least putting the effort in to make sure their customers are secure. And Coinbase, above all others, are having, what, 40,000 a month? They bragged about having 1 million new users activated in a month. And now they're going to say, well, we don't think it's worth our time for you to be prepared for this.
Well, at least they're letting us know up front instead of waiting 5 days from now to tell us.
That's true, I guess. I mean, you literally have one more day. They're going to freeze the funds, I think, what, tomorrow or Monday? Like, you're beat. Just do it today then.
Yeah, it says you have customers who wish to access both BTC and Bitcoin Cash need to withdraw Bitcoin stored on Coinbase the minute before midnight on the 31st of July. If you do not wish to access Bitcoin Cash, then no action is required.
That's crazy. Let's see. This means if there are two separate digital currencies, Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCC, customers with Bitcoin stored on Coinbase will only have access to the current version of Bitcoin we support, BTC. Customers will not have access to or be able to withdraw Bitcoin Cash, BCC. That isn't right. To me, that sounds like the beginning of some shady shit. I don't know about you, John, but it sounds like, to me, they're possibly just going to keep your free money, your free BCC, and they can do whatever the hell they want with it. They could sell it and buy BTC with your BCC and hold that as their Coinbase funds. That could be their free money instead of your free money. What do you think about that? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I actually didn't think about it from that side, but now as you say it, that makes That makes total sense from a business perspective, to make more money off of it that way. But when I was first reading through this, I thought, well, that just shows that Bitcoin Cash is shit, and there's less and less people and businesses that are even going to support this shit.
Yeah, true. Even James Bond just said he doesn't think Coinbase has the Bitcoin to cover their users. And I'd like to agree with that. I feel like Coinbase has their own in-house ledger, and they can control the flow. Like, I have problems. A lot of people sometimes run into problems trying to get coin out of Coinbase, and I think that's because they're selling more than they actually have. So their users' wallets are basically like bank accounts where there's actually no physical USD paper money to back the numbers on the bank, the users of a bank's account. And just like Coinbase, I don't think they actually have on hand the amount of Bitcoin all the users of Coinbase actually have. I think they're starting to sell coin they don't even have, man. I'm with James Bond on that.
Is that why I see like some people make a video and they purchase like one whole Bitcoin at a time, and then they have to wait a week for it to come through?
No, that depends on how you use Coinbase. That is the bank transfer. That is actually a 1% purchase, and you have to wait for the bank to release the funds so that you can't do like any kind of double charge or chargeback. So Coinbase makes you wait, but you do get it at the time and at the cost and at the quantity that you bought it at. Yeah. They just lock it up for 5 days. But it's the cheapest way to get Bitcoin on Coinbase. Otherwise, it's 3% fee for an instant purchase with a Visa card. I always buy with my bank account. I'm not in a rush to spend my Bitcoin. I just want to get it cheap as possible and then put it back on ice.
So I didn't know that. I've always been using my Visa.
Yeah, and, dude, use your bank account, man.
Linked up my bank account.
You'll save money as long as you don't need it that day and you can wait 5 days or so. You're good. Somebody said, Steve Martin said, what exchange would you recommend would BTC stored on Trezor to get BCC? I'm going to be using Bittrex. Bittrex actually said public statement that even if you have Bitcoin on Bittrex, you're just going to wake up one day to a BCC wallet that has the exact amount of coin that your Bitcoin wallet has as your BCC wallet. So you can go ahead and put your Bitcoin on that exchange if you want. I'm not doing that. I'm going to send my BCC from my ledger directly to Bittrex, and then I'm going to sell it for BTC. I'll make sure I do it on YouTube so you guys can follow along or just see what happens, because we are going to be... you got to be cautious, guys, because we're dealing with the possibility of replay attacks, and it's just really mucky stuff we're walking into here. Let me finish up this blog real fast, though. Customers who wish to access both Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, BCC, need to... Yeah, you already read that. We plan to temporarily suspend Bitcoin buy and sell deposits and withdrawals on August 1st, 2017, as the fork is likely to cause disruption on the Bitcoin network. This means your funds will be safe, but you will not be able to access your Bitcoin, BTC, for a short period of time. So guys, if you need to use your Bitcoin for any reason at all, you're screwed. And Coinbase doesn't care. If you use Coinbase to pay your bills, or if you use Coinbase to top up and what's the right terminology when you reinvest your Genesis mining thing? Whatever. If you use Coinbase for that, if you use Coinbase for, if you wanted to make a bet on the McGregor fight with your Bitcoin, doesn't matter what you want to do, because Coinbase locked you out of your account for 3 days, I think. They're saying they're going to be down the 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd. So that's a 72-hour lockdown, and who knows what they're going to choose to do with your coin. Maybe in the end, you don't get BTC. What if they decide to go with BCC? It doesn't matter. They could go that way. So you want to make sure that you have control. Coinbase doesn't really allow you to export your private keys anymore, so that's a little iffy. I just say use a paper wallet. And a lot of people are messaging me right now saying, explain that method. Why am I using a paper wallet? And when should I get my Bitcoin off the paper wallet? Why, how, So I guess I'll cover that a little bit. When you have your Bitcoin on the paper wallet, what you're doing is ensuring that you have access to your private keys. So if Coinbase does get locked down for the 72 hours, you can use your Bitcoin. You have it on a paper wallet. You can use it with the private keys. You can sweep the paper wallet with any wallet that, you know, does that. Jax, Copay. And then you can send it to another exchange or sweep it with a software wallet that does support the split and has a BCC and BTC wallet. So the point of the paper wallet is to make sure you have access to your private keys. The next step is to find something that will let you sweep that paper wallet and then provide you with the software necessary, the tool necessary to split your coins safely. And then from there, to avoid replay attacks, you do want to make sure that you might maybe send some BCC to another BCC wallet, and hopefully that your BTC doesn't follow it on that blockchain, or because that's where it gets mucky. But for me, guys, I highly recommend getting your Bitcoin off of Coinbase ASAP.
Yeah, I got mine on ledgers.
Yeah, which ledger are you using right now?
I mine to the Ledger Nano. And
So the original first gen, the little guy here?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead
yeah,
and... Did you want to read the next article a little bit? We can take turns. It's a little lengthy, but it does cover what Ledger plans on doing. And did you get a chance to read this article yet?
No, I haven't gotten to this one yet.
All right, well, spoiler alert. It is going to be a little bit more of a technical, you know, from like an easy to a medium technical level to get your BCC when you're using the original Ledger wallet, the Nano 1, the not, you know, electrical wallet. They have the Nano S and the Ledger Blue, which are the electrical ones. This is like the standard just chip. If you're using this, you're going to have to go through a little bit of a different process to get your BCC. So let's dig into the Ledger article, and we can find out exactly what you're going to have to do to get your BCC, since it's not on the Ledger Nano S or the Ledger Blue.
In the last days of July 2017, the Bitcoin miners have unanimously decided to signal for segregated witness, ending a years-long scaling debate discussion. However, a few participants decided to reject the decision and create their own Bitcoin for Bitcoin Trash. As a result, all Bitcoin holders will be granted new duplicate Bitcoin Trash balance, literally airdropped free money if the fork activates. This post and the follow-ups will describe how you can best secure this new balance, then decide to trade it, hold it, or sell it if you wish. If you don't care about free money, and you can stop reading here, and your regular Bitcoin balance will be safe and you don't have to do anything. Otherwise, you'll need to stop transactions when the fork activates, then perform a few operations to split your asset and guarantee the safety of your new free funds. So it says the fork is supported to activate on Unix timestamp, long number, August 1st, 2017, right after, 12:20 midnight, or 12:20 p.m.? That's not midnight, this afternoon. Countdown available is at this link here, providing all participants have access to a synchronized and reliable time source. If your Bitcoin funds are on a Ledger hardware wallet device, you will automatically get an additional BCC balance, same amount than the BTC balance after the activation of the fork. Our Chrome app will provide in time a BTC and BCC selector. So I see what you're talking about now. So I actually have both wallets. I have the Nano S and the Nano. So I guess right before this happens, I'm just going to send everything from the Nano over to the Nano S. So I don't have to do a whole bunch of bullshit, you know?
Yeah, exactly, man. You want to make sure you're on the wallet that's going to be able to make this easy as possible, and that's going to be the Nano S or the Ledger Blue. Personally, I think Ledger is going to make this as smooth as possible, and from there you can just send your BCC from that wallet to the exchange Bittrex and sell it for BTC, then withdraw the BTC from Bittrex back to your Ledger wallet and call it a day and enjoy your free money.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
James Bond just said if the show gets 50 likes, he will give away 100 Bitcoin Cash tokens. I love it. I feel like he went on the Waves platform and made those. Is that real, James Bond? Did you do that? Because I'll give you my Waves address. I want one. Exodus Wallet. I actually have talks with the CEO and the head developer of Exodus, and yeah, they said they're going to be ready for it. So that's cool, I guess. I'm not using Exodus or Jax. Jax also said they're going to be prepared. I personally prefer a hardware wallet for something like this because I don't plan on moving the BTC. I only plan on moving the BCC. So I'm back on my hardware wallet, and that's why. Hey, let me go over that last part here of the article where it says the replay problem, because this is where it gets a little mucky on my understanding of the risks involved in splitting your coin and then moving one from one wallet to another could cause a replay problem, which is here, let me get into it. So, when two coins fork, they share a common history. Thus, any transaction valid on the chain can also be valid on the other chain, depending on the rules of both chains. Even if both chains are not connected to each other, it is trivial for a third party to do so. So again, if you're working with wallets and exchanges that aren't really supporting this, you could lose money, so be careful. I recommend anybody who doesn't want to risk anything at all, don't do nothing till August 5th. Don't buy any Bitcoin. Don't sell any Bitcoin. Don't accept any Bitcoin. Don't send any Bitcoin. Don't use Bitcoin from the 31st till the 5th. That's the safest time that you're going to have, and then by then you can do whatever, because hopefully everybody will be caught up. Alright, so therefore you have to be careful and split your assets before transacting. Otherwise, each transaction you perform could end up duplicated on both chains, which is not what you wanted and to do in the first place. So, splitting basically just means sending your assets to a different address on each side of the fork. Once splitting, each asset is independent and not vulnerable to replay attacks anymore. So you just got to make sure you split your stuff before you move anything, and that's why I'm saying be careful when you send stuff or receive stuff, that's all. Avoiding replays from Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash. Somebody in the chat, Ooby Dooby, what happened to the Litecoin campaign? There should be a link in the description box below that you can click to enter to win the Litecoin giveaway. I do believe it's there. John, can you double check and make sure that's in the description box and up and running, please?
Let me pull it up.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead on and read. It says, transactions containing the fixed string Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, in a op return are forbidden on Bitcoin Cash chain until block 530,000. Creating a simple way for all wallets to generate transactions that cannot be replayed on the Bitcoin Cash chain. Yeah, the 21 million club said it's there. All right, cool. So,
yeah, I was waiting for you to finish reading. Yeah, it's up and running. You got 7 entries so far.
We only have 7 entries, guys. If we get 100 live viewers or 50 thumbs up, you will have a chance to win 0.1 Litecoin at the end of the show live. The winner will be picked at random. You'll be contacted via email. You reply to the email with your Litecoin address, and you will receive the free 0.1 Litecoin. So let's go ahead and get this video to 100 live viewers or more. Please go ahead and share the link on social media, or just go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, contribute, and there we go. Don't forget to enter. Hopefully everybody enters. I would love to have 50 people or 100 people enter one of these. That would be awesome. Alright, so let me catch up. However, this comes with several drawbacks. It clutters the Bitcoin blockchain with large op return outputs for no specific reason, generating larger transactions and bumping up fees for everybody else in the process. Yeah, you guys thought that the fees were high before. Just wait till this shit hits the fan. It is not acceptable for transactions already containing an opt return used by what? Something services, I don't know, colored coins. This is weird. I never seen that. Colored coins or whatever. That's confusing. counterparty assets, or other high-level applications. You know what that means?
Well, that word you were trying to get around was notarization services.
Notarization services. Thank you. I'm trying to read super fast, you know what I mean, to keep the audio going, but then I just gave up and went to colored coins, and then in my head I'm just like, what the hell is that? I never even seen that term before, colored coins.
Let me read this again. It is not applicable for transactions already containing an op return used by notarization services, colored coins, counterparty assets, and high-level application, since only a single op return output per transaction is valid. Yeah, it's got to do with that. I don't know.
I was fucking waiting for you to get so serious, bro. I was like, oh, cool. One of us knows what we're talking about.
No, I'm right there with you. No idea. Maybe James Bond can enlighten.
Oh, the 21 Million Club said, Kenn Bosak, I'll tell you what color coins are. They're like Waves tokens. You make them and you can use them to vote. Cool. All right. Thank you. Yeah, agree on the price crash. That's from Jake Brown. Hey, Tree, shout out. Thank you so much for all the support. James Bond. Kenn, how much for taking off your hat? One whole Bitcoin, because this is my favorite hat in the whole world. So I'll take it off for 1 Bitcoin. How about that? Cash me outside. Bitcoin cash me outside. How about that?
Yeah, right.
Alright, so this scheme requires you to trust that the rules will not change on the Bitcoin Cash chain, which is kind of a gamble today as its mining power is unknown and its difficulty can be readjusted every few hours. Fuck that.
Jeez. I thought it was bad to Bitcoin every 14 days and Litecoin's like every 3 or 4 days, and like this every few hours. Like, good fucking god. Fuck that.
That's awesome. You want to go ahead and read the paragraph for avoiding replays from Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin?
Yeah, avoiding replays from Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin is slightly more complicated for wallets which have to support signature scheme is similar to BIP 143, but guarantee that the transaction will not be replayable on the Bitcoin chain as it uses a specific hash type. Optimal splitting strategy. The optimal splitting strategy, when supported, is to split from the Bitcoin Cash side as it doesn't impact the Bitcoin blockchain and offers higher non-replayable guarantees. So is it, like, they're worried about this kind of thing happening with Bitcoin Cash, right?
Well, yeah, they're basically saying when you split your coin, go ahead and use the BCC and send that to a different BCC address just to make sure that you're not connected in any way. Not take your BTC and then move that. So you don't want to move your Bitcoin. You just want to move the BCC. That way you know that they're not tied. Do a small move like, 0.01 or whatever. You don't want to, if you have a whole Bitcoin, you don't want to go ahead and send the whole BCC off chain to a different address just in case something went askew. They're saying that when you split off using the BCC, as far as I understand.
Well, I didn't plan on moving my BTC for a while anyway.
Oh, dude, I'm dumping it day one, I think, now. I mean, from my understanding, if it does even happen, I think Bitmain and everybody else, I feel like they're just creating this free coin for themselves. They're going to do the same thing we're all doing. They're just going to dump it and buy more BTC. They're just finding a way to, like, they're making a profit out of this no matter what. They're like, we're either going to get what we want this way or we're going to get what we want that way. And this is the last way they could possibly come out with something on top, because after that user activated soft fork threat, they kind of got their panties in a bunch.
Yeah, I'm dumping my shit day one too, but I'm not moving my BTC for like a week or so. It's just going to sit on the wallet and cool off. Let's see. We'll provide a tool to assist our Nano S and Blue users in doing so shortly. Owners of older generation products like the Nano and the HW1 will also be able to split their coins using the up-return strategy, in case no action has to be taken on your side before the Bitcoin Cash fork activates.
Yeah, so that's like I said, it's going to be from easy to medium, but they're still going to make it possible to get your BCC if you're using the older wallets, the Nano or the HW1, which is the Nano without the metal shield.
Man, and Genesis is fucking this up for me because, have you been receiving payouts?
No, I have not gotten any payouts from Genesis Mining, except I have been getting Dash. That's it. I don't get any. I've got contracts for everything, but the only thing I'm getting paid out for is Dash right now.
Yeah, see, I got all of my mining payouts for the 21st. The 22nd has started rolling in. But things like I was going to switch my Shoutout 56 over Coin because of this. And they're kind of fucking that up by being so delayed on their payments and everything, So I don't know what to do, Just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel like because of all the regulation and everything that's coming our way, that's why we're seeing like bitmixer.io choose to walk away and not sell their $6 million platform. We're seeing people that are in charge of sites like Alphabay being arrested or, dead in Thailand prisons. The government's cracking down on this stuff, and there's a lot of pressure going to be put on mining, cloud mining platforms, and they're going to want to make sure that, they're keeping track of everything, and they're going to make there could be an exit strategy for pretty much everything right now. Because of BTC-E, everybody is up in arms about the possibility of, I've even heard rumors, and I feel like I want to say, like, I feel it's very, very possible, but I don't want to create any FUD, fear of uncertainty and doubt. But I do feel like if we get the regulation that the SEC, Securities Exchange Commissions, and the government and everybody in America want, we could see people, or not people, but platforms like Poloniex just disappearing. Just poof, gone. Take everything with them. And they don't ask you for your driver's license. They don't ask you for your social. They don't ask you for anything more than an email address and a password. That is it. And if you think that is security, you're very mistaken. That is for their own benefit, not for your benefit.
Yeah. I'm glad I stopped using Poloniex. Did you stop using it, or do you continue?
Oh, I stopped using Poloniex in April when they screwed me around 420. That last XRP Ripple dump that happened.
Yeah. I stopped using it months ago. I never had an issue with Poloniex, but as soon as other people started saying, "Man, Poloniex is fucking me over. This is going on with Poloniex. Man, fuck this shit." I was like, "Man, backing out. I'm going to Bittrex. I'm going to start using Cryptopia." Something that nobody else has been having issues with or anything,
Yes. So, let's go ahead and get our guest in on this, man. I just sent Summer Sherwood. She is a crypto personality in the space. She just did a crypto art event. I believe Tonevase and Omar and everybody was there with her. Let's get her on. I just sent her the link. She should be calling in shortly.
Alright.
Let me switch on over to our... Ooh, I like that transition, bro. When we did you see that on YouTube? It just goes to, like, the interview page, and it's like, oh, I love it.
Oh, no, I don't have the video up on my end because it would be too much for me.
Oh, dude, my computer goes right to shit because of all that. Hey, Mr.
Fun equals fun under the sun.
Mr. Balls is in the house. It's me, boss lady. No, having trouble with the links. All right, I'll send you another link. Another link. Let's try to get boss lady. There it is. I sent you the link. James Bond. Why? What's up, bro? Hey, Fat Puddin', how goes it? That is awesome. I love that username. I don't know why, but I love the way Ozzy says his username. Fat Puddin'!
I think some people are talking about the Dash miners coming out from Bitmain. I've been hearing about that, but I have not looked at it, but now I want to. Said that they're going to destroy the Dash by coming out with these.
I don't know. I'm not the world's biggest fan of Dash. I really would like to talk to Amanda B. Johnson and have her clarify some of my questions about it. I don't really understand exactly how they plan to scale, and not just scale, but compete in a market where, like, they're trying to be digital cash, and there's so many other more credible and established cryptocurrencies like Litecoin and Bitcoin, and I don't know. It's just weird to me that I never got into Dash. It wasn't really them just trying to be money and saying we're money just wasn't enough to me.
We are money. It looks like the Antminer D3. I think that's what they're talking about. It's about $2,700. Jeez, I want the Litecoin miner. That's what I want.
Yeah, Litecoin's gonna. I feel like Litecoin still has a chance to shine. I mean, although right now Ethereum and Litecoin are kind of taking a beating, and Bitcoin's running on its way up.
Yeah, well, I think that's because people want to get more Bitcoin so they get more BCC, and then they can trade it in for more BTC.
Ooh, that's smart. That is pretty smart.
I thought about doing that because I'm holding a little bit of Litecoin, and I was thinking, well, maybe if I buy some BTC with this, then I can get more BCC and do that, and get more Bitcoin in the end. But then I was thinking, well, what if something happens and then Litecoin shoots up, and becomes the dominant one? I'm just kind of playing it safe and just holding on to both.
Yeah, BCC is not going to be the dominant one. I'll put my name on that.
The more people you talk to about what they're going to do with BCC, the more you hear, "Oh, I'm dumping that shit. I ain't hold on to that." So have you met anybody who's actually like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to hold on to that shit"?
Yeah, Boss Lady's having some technical issues. I don't know if she had Google Hangouts. That may have been the issue. I guess that's a note to self. Make sure all our guests know we use Google Hangouts and not Skype or Facebook Messenger or something like that.
You're not getting free nothing, sorry.
You're not getting free nothing. Yeah, Tree. I really hope that nothing happens. I don't think it's happening. Oh, nothing is free. I guess you're right. You're right. You're right. Nothing in life is free. So what's going on, Boss Lady? What's going on? I sent her the link. I don't see her on Facebook. I don't see her in the chat. Nothing. Alright, well, I guess we're having technical difficulties. Dude,
she says she's calling now.
Well, she can't call. She's going to call me on Facebook. That ain't going to work. I gave you a link. Click the link.
Do you think it's going to be tough to make purchases on Bittrex right after the fork if everyone is jumping from BTC into altcoins right after the fork to jump on low prices?
I mean,
who's going to be jumping into altcoins? I mean,
yeah, the only people doing that are the people that don't care about Bitcoin. They're just the people that care about USD or fiat. They want to make money. They don't care about making Bitcoin. They don't care about gaining a bigger Bitcoin portfolio. They just want to make more money. So that's not really my mentality, so I don't really know how to answer that.
She says, I'm here. No through the Hangouts.
Alright. It's me, Boss Lady. I'm here. James Bond said she's trolling you. Yo, yo, what up, P? P Goldberg? I don't see you, boss lady. Sorry, I guess we're gonna have to try that another night. Mad Crypto, what's up? I'll sell you my BCC. I'm not buying BCC. I ain't buying that. I'm not doing that.
There she is. But she has no microphone.
Hey, boss lady. All right.
She must be in a Walmart parking lot using the Wi-Fi or something.
Can you hear us, Omar? Yeah, I guess we're having nothing but technical difficulties on the nightly crypto show. Hey, it wouldn't be a live show without technical difficulties.
Yeah. The sound of silence.
Yes. The sound of silence.
What's up, P. Goldberg? She's trying to get in here.
Yeah, no, I got it. We're gonna eventually get this to work. We have like 20-something minutes left. And she's pretty knowledgeable, man. She makes some money on crypto doing different things in the crypto industry where she earns crypto. So I definitely want to get that I want to get that info.
Yeah. Blink twice for yes.
Alright, so anyway, guys, there is, in all seriousness, there is a chance that BCC could become the dominant Bitcoin because SegWit fails for some reason. So if you want to be the safest kid in the school or in the playground, you know, you can go ahead and wear your helmet everywhere and hold on to your BCC, just in case. No offense.
Government trolling this show, technical diff.
20 minutes of technical difficulties on the nightly crypto show.
What wallet are you using to hold your BTC for August 1st?
Ledger, definitely using Ledger.
20 minutes of technical difficulty. Yeah.
Hey guys, don't forget, if we get 100 live viewers or 50 thumbs up, I will go ahead and pick a lucky random winner for the 0.1 Litecoin giveaway. The link to enter is in the description box below. Yes, Barry Holmes. Boss Lady is super nice. Yeah, Boss Lady is super supportive, super informative. I'm so sorry, Boss Lady. We can definitely reschedule this and do this again another time. I apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out.
Yep.
In memory of Boss Lady. Well, I don't know, dude. I guess we could still shoot the shit. What else is going on today? Anybody in the chat room have a topic for us? Anybody want us to talk about anything? I had a chance to check out what Floyd Mayweather was kind of promoting the other day, that ICO for stocks.com or whatever. It looks like they're going to be a prediction market, just like Rep has Augur.
Yeah. Well then, why would you create something else that's already there?
Omar says send the link to him. Omar who? Is Omar Bham in the chat? I didn't see him. I will definitely send Omar a link. Boss Lady, send Omar the link for me. Let me see if I can get that guy in here. Omar. What were you saying, John? I'm sorry. I'll go ahead and do this in the background.
I can't remember now. But someone was asking about staking pivots. Did you ever get into pivots? Because we're talking about Dash and everything, it's competitor, you know?
Yeah, I grabbed some pivots when it first came out, when it was like 20 cents or something, I guess. I don't know. And not maybe when it not first came out. When I first found out about it, it was really cheap. So I just grabbed some of it.
You still holding it?
Yeah, I never really did anything with it. Whenever I buy something, it's like it's money spent. And if it goes to something ridiculous, I'm like, oh, I got more Bitcoin. Cool. And I'll take it all out.
Are you staking it or?
No, I'm not staking it, and I'm actually losing out on that. And I also heard you could do the same thing for ant shares. So I have ant shares and I have Pivx, are both coins that if I hold in the right wallet, I heard I could get like interest.
Yeah. I can't remember what the payouts are. From what I understand, they reduced the staking payouts like in quantity, but it seems like people have been getting more staking payouts frequently, you know. But when I was staking Pivx, I didn't get shit. My computer just sat there and ran. Yeah, it just sat there and ran, and everybody around me is like, "Oh, I just got my 7th staking payout."
Oh my God, Ellie! I'm so sorry, Ellie. I was so in different places. I didn't even realize it was Ellie Marie. Omar's. I'm so sorry. I'm here setting up the camera. Hey, it looks like Omar Bham is actually going to join us, man. That is awesome. That is pretty schmepic. You know who Omar Bham is, right, John?
Yeah, he's Crypto's news.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy. Who doesn't? A loser?
Probably one of the most subscribed to, one of the most influential crypto personalities in this space, next to probably Andreas himself, is Omar Bham.
Yeah.
Ellie's laughing at me. She's laughing. Ellie, I'm sorry. I shouldn't, like, I don't know. I'm scatterbrained right now because me and Boss Lady were having technical difficulties.
He's like a crypto celebrity. So we should be starstruck when he gets here. Just like, ah!
I've known Omar for like, over a year now. When Omar first came on my show, I think he had about as many subscribers as I do now. And within 1 year, he went from the 3,000 when he was on my show to about 40-some thousand subscribers to now. So, I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to be starstruck, but, I mean, me and Omar go way back before Omar got all crypto famous. You got a bird? What did you... I love it. Our chat box is awesome. I love how the chat box is in the video forever.
Says, hey guys, you think BTC could reach 10,000? Well, it better. Or, what's his name? John McAfee's going to use the dick, bro.
Yeah, that's going to be entertaining. Dude, I don't think it has that much potential. I love Bitcoin. I really do. But you could knock a 0 off of that, and I'll stand behind it, you know. But 500,000 by 2020? I don't know, bro. Like, Bitcoin really doesn't even have, like, a use case yet. Its killer app is being speculated as a tradable money and usable money. That's not what Bitcoin is. It's just what Bitcoin is used for now. That's like calling the internet email back when it first came out. So I'm waiting for Bitcoin to actually get a use case for its blockchain to be used for something other than money. And then we can start talking $500,000 Bitcoin.
I wish more places around here would accept it, like the dispensaries. I wish they would accept it around here. I really like being able to call people up who aren't in crypto. I'm like, hey, I bought something with Bitcoin. Like, I bought my ledgers, and I bought a VPN with Bitcoin, you know. And it's like, whoa, what do you? But no, you said it was fake money.
Right? I did send Omar Bham the link on Facebook, Ellie. Tell Omar to check his Facebook instant or direct message or whatever Facebook calls it, messenger.
And he better bring the puppy.
The puppy!
Yeah.
All right, guys, we still got about 15 minutes. We'll probably go a little bit longer if Omar can find his way in here.
Litecoin is taking a dump on the charts. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, exactly.
Do more. Get more right now.
Yeah, so Bitcoin is 2,730 right now. Let's go ahead and check out Ethereum. Ethereum is 186. Kind of figured that was going to happen. And Litecoin is 39.37. I have a buy signal in my mind for Litecoin at 35. So, I like Litecoin. I think I might actually
grab it. Remember when it was $4 earlier this year? Like, damn.
he's fussing with the camera.
Yeah.
It's all those acting classes, and have you seen Omar Bham's commercial? It was a milk commercial.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, our man's not just crypto famous, but he's also famous. But yeah, dude, I can imagine him wanting to make sure the camera is perfect and stuff.
Are we talking about the guy that does videos while he's brushing his teeth?
Barry said, "Be honest, Ellie. Omar's been messing with his hair for 20 minutes."
Yeah.
Yes, Ellie, you should come on the show with Omar. That would be awesome.
Look who it is.
Oh, wow, it is.
Hey,
it is Omar and
on,
Ellie. How goes it?
What's going on, man?
It's going great, man, but it's weird because Janelle's listening to the video to my right, and it's slightly off, so there was a lot of lag. But I think we're good now. She turned it off.
Awesome. Thank you both for joining us. How did you end up seeing the live stream? How'd you get this?
Well, actually, Janelle heard about it because Summer was going to be on, so Summer wanted Janelle to be part of the chat. I was just finishing up a video and stuff and putting it up and sharing it, and I was watching, listening to you guys work and do this thing the whole time. So I've been here.
Yeah, doing live shows are a little difficult. Doing live's always very difficult, especially with the way I kind of have it laid out.
Absolutely, man. And we were supposed to do a live stream last week, and we weren't able to, so I owe you that. And you have to come on my channel next, man.
Yeah, that would be amazing, man. I really would appreciate that. That would be an amazing opportunity. Your show is probably, most people's favorite crypto show. Obviously, it's the biggest growing crypto show in this space, so congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. I'm just trying to keep it real like you. I mean, at any day, anybody could surpass me. So it's just about that information and doing it consistently and trying to be honest and stuff. You come from that honest place too. I feel like now you're the scam vigilante in my mind. After the whole Ethereum chamber thing,
yeah.
I feel like nothing is gonna get by you, bro, and that's good. I mean,
Yeah, somebody just tagged me on Facebook about some financialcapital.com or something, and I looked at it for 3 seconds and I was like, I don't know why you tagged me because this is clearly a scam. I was like, why would you tag me?
Ken Bosak doesn't mess with scams. He didn't know. He didn't get the memo.
Dude, speaking of scams, man, what do you think's going on with this BCC and Coinbase? Do you think that Coinbase isn't going to be helping their users get their BCC so Coinbase can sell it for themselves and use that for their own doing?
Honestly, I've seen Brian Armstrong talk at different conferences, and that guy is one of the most professional, forward-thinking, by-the-book sort of dudes. So in my opinion, I don't think he'll be doing that at all because that is illegal. Technically, they can't do that. So, I mean, the worst that I can imagine they do is just hold it there and not let anybody get it. But they're going to have an uproar. I was talking about it in today's video. Probably 3 months from now, you have the holders, right? That they don't log in. They don't care about the news on a day-to-day moment. They're doing what all of us should do, which is, check in maybe every year, every other year and look at the price.
Yep.
And then pocket some, right? Instead of like freak out when the prices go up and down. So these cats are going to log in and be like, oh, I heard about something called Bitcoin Cash. Now, I had my Bitcoin on Coinbase, and I don't see why I don't have access to that. And they're going to get some heat, I imagine, in the future from Coinbase. So Coinbase is going to have to probably pay this back retroactively in the future from some very angry people. But that's probably the worst that could happen. But if that's for people who aren't paying attention, honestly. That's why you kind of have to pay attention, but it kind of is terrible when you do as well.
Yeah, I tell people, try not to care too much. Like, when you have your money in a bank and in a savings account or whatever, they don't even know half of what they try to figure out when it comes to crypto the day they spend $10 buying Bitcoin. You know, as soon as somebody buys $10 worth of crypto, they investigate beyond necessary, but they don't even understand money from the beginning. It's weird.
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Because everybody's like, what is Bitcoin? What is Ethereum? Okay, just like you can explain it in a 30-second conversation. But if you were able to pull it off in 30 seconds, it's like when you tell somebody the earth is flat. It's like everybody's just going to call you crazy, batshit. Get the fuck out of here. You're crazy. But if you tell them, you know, it's kind of a 3-step process, which is what I say. First, you have to look at the messed up issues with the dollar, the economic system, and the collapse. So first of all, that's one great reason not to even bother selling for profits or more than you really need, which is if this whole system comes down tomorrow and nobody knows, if it's, some expert thinks it's going to happen, an hour from now, a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, it could happen at any point. If it happens, you're fucked at that point. It's too late to sell to have your Bitcoin at that point. I don't care if the US dollar keeps going down as it's been doing. I think it's 84 cents to the euro as of today when I just checked earlier on, because I'm like, it can go to 1 cent. I don't care, because Bitcoin will probably go up by 100 times at that point. So for you and I, it's not a big deal, but for the average person who doesn't understand, it's first understand what's the issues with the old economy, with the dollar, with all that stuff. Then look at what the solution is, why this is not inflationary, why it's kind of deflationary. And then you look at singularity, futurism, you look at technology getting faster and faster and how it's just going to be around. So if we've already innovated in internet, technology, and all these different fields, the next thing, the thing that's the most antiquated, obviously besides like medical system and the education system, they're all pretty terrible, the law system super slow, is finance and economics. So I think, you know, the internet was a revolution. You're always going to hear, I'm sure you've heard it before, internet was a revolution in what it was for, I guess, information sharing. But now the next revolution is for money and economics and finance. And it's time that we move to a new system. And honestly, I think it's going to be Bitcoin. It's going to be something that's either being created or is out here right now. And at least it's part of the movement. It's not going to be the dollar. That's for sure.
No, yeah, definitely not.
It'd be BitConnect.
Right. I just had somebody in my group say, like, look, I know that people say BitConnect's a scam, and I'm pretty sure it's a scam, but, like, I think I want to throw away some money at it because, like, I'm cool with losing. I'm like, wait a second, what the hell are you saying, dude? You're better off throwing money to a homeless person, and you're going to put more use to that. I mean, it's true, right? That's how they lure you in, like BitConnect. They give you a paycheck or two, and then when you feel more comfortable and more people feel more comfortable, you forgot about the bad news, then they have the exit scam. So I don't know. That's not one I'm touching.
That's, I mean, you know, that's a problem, man, because there's so many people out there that are just taking screenshots of their profits and not showing you that they have, you know, 12,000 YouTube subscribers who are signing up under them.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. There's too many scams out there. I'm kind of like you right now, where everything is a scam, kind of, or tone vase. Everything's a scam until, you know, it's not. So basically, as soon as I see one thing when I'm looking at a project, you know, if there's something already, the team looks a little iffy, that's already like, I don't know about this. When you have something that's really clean and you look through the white paper and it looks well done, and you do some Google searches for it, and the word scam don't come up everywhere, and you can see that then maybe you can look at a project. But more than not, there's just not enough information for most of these things.
Yeah,
so it's not even worth your time.
And that makes it hard for us, you know, the people who want to talk about these things. If we end up, and sometimes it's not very intentional. I'm sure you didn't know you'd be at almost 50,000 subscribers. But when we get to be on this platform where people come to us for information, there is some responsibility that comes with that. And when people decide to jump trains from talking about Bitcoin to whatever comes with a referral program because they now have a platform that could make that money revenue, you know, they sell out. It's hard, and it makes it hard to talk about things you actually genuinely do like because you're not 100% sure what's up with that too. It's just, hey, I like this, and it, you know, maybe, who knows, you know what I mean? But it's hard. I'm sure your email gets blown up with, hey, do a video for this. I'll give you this much Bitcoin. I turn down, I promise you, I turn down a lot more than I make. It's hard. And I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers, you know, don't have the strength and financial will to say no to bad money. And for that, I want to commend you because you're not out there pushing BitConnect. And you could easily probably become a fucking millionaire overnight if you used your platform for that.
Yeah, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you become a crypto millionaire, it's different than being a regular millionaire. If you have a crypto millionaire, then you don't want to be cashing out $100,000, $200,000 in one day. You're probably gonna you raise some eyebrows. So I mean, it's like my buddy Griff says, which is you wanna cash out as you need it just to be comfortable, right? So you don't need. I don't need a really fancy car. I have a nice car. I have a good life. I moved. We got a parrot today. It was $400.
Yeah, I saw the parrot, man. That is so cute.
Yeah, look, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, Omar, let me see your bird.
Yeah, he's a green-cheeked conure. He's like 4 months old.
Aww.
He's a baby.
Oh, look at him. He knows he's on camera. He wants to play.
Yeah, he's very friendly. He's green-cheeked conure, yeah.
Oh, man, that is a beautiful bird right there. That's a pretty green.
Hey, what's going on?
Those birds are going to outlive him, right?
Yeah, they live to like 30 years if you take care of them.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like unshy for sure. He's just super social. There he comes. Hey, what's going on? His name is Kiwi.
Kiwi? Oh, that's a perfect name. I love it.
Yeah, it came like that. We just kept it. And of course, we got Wallace in the house. He's here.
There's the puppies.
Yeah, he's doing his thing over here. We're just chilling. The green screen, for some reason, just has some picture back there. I guess I still have the chroma key thing on.
Yeah, it does look cool. I like that,
yeah.
though. It's trippy because for a second I didn't realize it was a green screen and I was like bugging out for a second and I was like, oh, okay.
That's the new thing, man. I want it to look like a window. So some days you'll be like, is he in like Hawaii right now? Or is he in outer, is it nighttime? I just think it's kind of a trippy thing.
Oh, yeah. It's like a where and when is Omar?
I don't even know anymore. People are like, what day? We forgot what year it was. Like the other day, we were filling out a paperwork. We're like, what year is it?
We forgot
what month it was. It doesn't matter, dude. Once you're free because of cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter. You just kind of do what you want.
What are you, speaking of doing what you want, Omar, I'm curious, what are you going to do with the August 1st Forkaning, as I'm calling it, the Forkaning? What are your plans, though? What are some of the things you're going to be doing on that day?
On that day, I'm gonna do the same thing I do every day. Not Stimpy. What's the other guy?
Pinky.
Whatever. Pinky. I'm going to hodl, dude. Like, I'm not gonna sell. So you see, I was around during Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and the first thing that I did was, I was saying the same thing. Ethereum Classic's gonna go down, right? So I sold all of it right away, and it had a jump almost 10 times the price that I sold it at, which was pretty terrible, like only within the week afterwards. And then I had a slow, like, flattening down, whatever, to like the dollar range, wherever it finished off before going up. But I learned a few things. I sold all my DAO tokens as well. Those went up. So whatever you think, whatever everybody thinks, which is to sell BCC, you should probably do the opposite. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm like, I don't need the money. I'm happy to get my free BCC. And it does have support from some of the big players in the industry, including Coinbase. So they're not going to let it die. So I'm cool with it going to zero. That's fine, because that money is going to go to Bitcoin anyway, right? People selling it are probably going to buy Bitcoin, which is what they're saying, right? So you could try to time it real quick, sell it. But what if there's a huge buy? Because I can tell you there are a lot of smart people who are going to be buying at the bottom. They're just going to be waiting to buy. So if I was going to do any sort of move, it would probably be to buy BCC on August 1st when people start selling it. And I think that a lot of people will be surprised. I can't tell you. I just, from my personal experience and having lost money that way, thinking I knew it was going to happen, it's usually better to do the opposite. So I'm hodling my BCC indefinitely.
So, I mean, you're right. It is free money, and none of us are hurting, so I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold it. Me, personally, I want to be like, I just want to politically have, like, an influence in dropping the price of BCC just a little bit. Just so I could be like, yeah, you take that, Bitmain.
Damn, how much Bitcoin do you have, bro?
Not a lot. I mean, I transferred a lot back to Bitcoin, but not a lot. Just like, even if it was 1 Bitcoin, I still get to be like, haha, screw you, dude, I ditched it.
It went down 0.1 cents before jumping back up.
Yes.
No, but you're going to give some smug bastard who buys it down for a penny. He's like, I got it for a deal. You're just going to give that dude a deal.
I feel like
I don't know, dude. I think it's cool that you have integrity and you have your own beliefs, so I completely respect what you're doing. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know I don't feel like playing games, and I'd rather just hodl. That's what's always worked out for me, instead of trying to figure out what's going to happen, because I have no idea. except that we're all going moon here.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
really matter, man. Either way, we're all gonna be. This is a financial paradigm shift where, you know, when the Kings, I was at a Philadelphia meetup, and Philip, a guy I know, spoke there. He explained very well. Like, we're at a paradigm shift in wealth, and it relates almost to like the kingdom errors where like. The king would oversee everything because people couldn't make more money than the king. There was no means for that. But then when the steam engine came out, entrepreneurs could go into mass production and earn more money than the kings had in value without any of their permission or anything from them. And again, now with cryptocurrencies, there's a good chance we're just going to switch that paradigm and they have no say in it.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This is what's taking out the rug from under their feet. This is they know it. I mean, they know it. They can try to regulate all they want, but at the end of the day, if industries are being created, if there's innovation in one part of the world and not in the United States, guess where everybody's gonna go? Let's say that Bitcoin became illegal tomorrow, guys. Like, what would you do if they said that if they found out that you had used Bitcoin at any point in 2016, 2017, you are under suspicion for holding Bitcoin. If you're holding Bitcoin, you will be arrested or you can be charged a fee. What do you think would happen when you have a lot of people that are holding a lot of their own wealth and influence right now because of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies? Because there's an increasing number of people every day. If Coinbase is indeed onboarding 100,000 users a month or a day or whatever it is. But what's going to happen, I know what I would do, is get the hell out of the United States, because that'll really say this is not the freest place when you're looking at a lot of countries that are doing it. And it would suck because I moved across the U.S. to come here to LA. So I would love to settle here in LA. But if the country, you know, if they're being oppressive, why do you want to live somewhere where there's a reign of terror when there are places that are like, hey, no, we want innovation out here, man. We want all the smartest brains to come out here and create this kind of technology to disrupt the U.S. and whatever economy is at the top, because we know that this is where truth comes from, you know? So I don't know, push comes to shove, hopefully people are smart enough to know better.
Chef Eric said, start learning Japanese. Personally, it is, I'm not saying I'm not American. I love my country and all of that. But I'm saying it seems to me like anymore the American dream is to get enough money to get out of America. And it seems that, you know, when it comes to the way I want to live with a not USD, I want to live with crypto. That's my choice. That's my currency of choice. I don't even use the US dollar unless somebody hands me paper money. That's about it. And then I save it up to buy my rent or pay my rent or buy a car or whatever. But if the government told me that, you know, Bitcoin's illegal, I have enough to leave. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Bye. I'll go to Switzerland and buy a house with Bitcoin from somebody who wants to accept Bitcoin, and I don't have to give anything to the U.S. Government because I'm not using U.S. dollar to do so.
Yeah, there's so many people using. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No. Go ahead. I was just agreeing. I would do the same exact shit.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to leave, because I really like Colorado too. But yeah, it's a shame that we have to come to this. Like, you have to actually leave the country that you like living in because they want to regulate or put down something that you are into, and a lot of people are. And this is a really good thing for average people, and this would bring people out of poverty. And then, oh no, we can't have that shit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, like, we're raised to think, you know, this is the best country in the world. I was born here too. I was born in New York, and I'm the most proudful American in the world. But like the America that we were, you know, told about. We were told about how this is the land where you can lift yourself up by the heels, work really hard, and get what you want. But the people who work the hardest here make the least amount of money. So where is the truth in that? I'm telling you, like, physically laborious, killing themselves day after day, working 2 or 3 jobs. I have personal friends who do that to pay for their kids or whatever, to raise a family. That's a little bit ridiculous if you think about it. When you have a single CEO who's like taking extra on top, taking bonuses that are. What was the recent company? It was something like that, where they fired or laid off 10,000 employees or 1,000 employees. It was, I think, some big retailer, and the CEO took a $10 million bonus. He could have actually paid the salaries for every single person that they let go that year if he didn't take his bonus and kept just his salary. That just shows you how greed and corrupt we've come to be in this country. And you can't have a corporation running without the peons on the bottom, like dishing out the lattes or whatever it is. So there's a serious issue that needs to be fixed. And I think what's really cool is we have a wallet actually that Janelle used recently. It's Airbits by Paul Pui. And she actually taught me that with the wallet. Summer showed it to her. It's me, boss lady, who's going to be on the show. So maybe Janelle can give you like a little summary about how it works. But you can use gift cards and QR codes with dollars to buy gift cards using your Bitcoin for any of the retailers you shop at. It's like Target or something like that. And then you wouldn't ever need to even use dollars. You could just buy that gift card even if they don't accept Bitcoin. That's like a different alternative to even like the Shift card. Would you like to talk a little bit about how that experience was like for you?
Oh, no, I don't know.
No.
There you go, Ellie. Come on, tell us how it was.
No, all right, cool. So we had boss lady Summer came over. She came by and we just spent the whole day like running around trying to find places to pay in Bitcoin. So we used the Airbits wallet. I think it was the Airbits wallet to search for places nearby that accept Bitcoin, that accept that payment. And we found this nail salon, so we went there. We had our nails done. It's already all coming off. It looks terrible. But we were able to pay fully in Bitcoin. We had to do tip in cash. But other than that, it was good. And I basically gave her room and board and food and all that good stuff, and she paid me in Bitcoin. So it was actually pretty easy. We're putting together a video to show you guys like how it all works specifically. We show you the actual app and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a good time. We had fun.
That's awesome. If I'm ever in town, we can go get our nails done together. I'm down.
Yes.
I don't know. I never used the Airbits wallet, but I think I gotta have to make a video on that for everybody because that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super easy. And then there are those places that if, like Omar was saying, let's say like Target or wherever, they don't accept Bitcoin directly, but you can use your Airbits wallet to get a gift card for them. And then that way you didn't ever have to actually touch US dollars. You just go straight from your cryptocurrency to whatever that card is, and then you just use that.
That's awesome.
Is it an Airbits prepaid card kind of thing?
It's like a gift card. You're just getting a gift card and loading it with...
A digital gift card?
No, I think you have to scan it. I'm not sure. We didn't quite figure it out. We were trying to, but I don't think we... Summer, Summer, jump in the chat. If you figured it out by now, let everybody know, because I think at the time we didn't. Yeah, I already mentioned that. We're putting together a video to show how the whole day went and all the conversations we had with a lot of the Lyft drivers, because Summer was also working with like SWARM.CiTY, which is another one of those driving peer-to-peer kind of thing, except through the blockchain, obviously, so it's more direct. There's no middleman and all that. So she had a lot of cool conversations. We're stitching it together for you guys who are on it. It'll be there soon.
That was really hopeful to have her on tonight because I love SWARM.CiTY and I see some of the potential that they could become. It's I could see like SWARM.CiTY teaming up with Tesla's driverless semi trucks for some reason or something, or whatever. I just see so much potential because there's so much more than a ride sharing platform. They could become a lot. And I don't know. That's so cool that you got to experience, how to use crypto, keep it as crypto, and then still use it as places that don't even accept crypto without having to cash out and then buy something else or do something else.
Right, yeah, there's like no exchange involved. You don't have to find somebody who wants to like take some crypto off your hands or any of that stuff. You just go straight from your wallet to this gift card that you're then going to use. But yeah, definitely Summer's the person you guys want to talk to. She knows a whole lot more about all of this stuff than I do. I learned a lot hanging out with her the whole day. That was pretty cool. But I hope you guys get to have Summer on sometime soon to get a little more information about all that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get on those technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So that's awesome though. It sounds like it's getting easier and easier for people that are mainstream to get into cryptocurrency and not have to worry about so many extra steps left or right to do like daily things. And for me, I really thought about, investing in Bitcoin over other things because that was my first investment ever. I never invested in anything before. So I was like looking at Bitcoin, I'm like, you know what? I can invest in this, and if I need to use it to buy milk and bread because I don't have any money, I can use my investment as money because it's fucking money. So I was like, that's great, and it doesn't cost me $10 a trade. So like, let's do this.
It's like the bank account that always keeps going up. It's like a savings account that just goes up over time is what I'm saying. Why would I keep my money in a bank when it's going, like I might get a 1% yield per year if I'm lucky. It was like a penny. I thought it was ridiculous, right? You open a CD account, a high yield savings account. You have to have $2,000. When I was a little kid, I was like, wow, I have to get $2,000 and then I get 2.5% per year. Wow, what is that? And when I was like $25, really? That's you know, the inflation rate in the United States is supposedly like 10% per year. So if the inflation rate is 10% per year, you're losing money by saving. So how does that make any sense? So the opposite of what you want to do is spend, especially in this low interest rate environment that we're in. So what you're going to do is what you best want to do is probably open some business and then learn how to manage debt, because the government looks at companies, corporations that hire employees or whatever in a favorable light when it comes to the taxes. So that's how they can avoid paying taxes. A lot of these people, you're going to hear from like Robert Kiyosaki, who hasn't paid tax in forever. Donald Trump didn't pay any taxes. Even Ron Paul only paid like $30,000 in taxes or something. Not very much. So if you look compared to what he makes. So if you look at it like from that, you have to begin to realize just what a scam and Ponzi that system is. It's like, if you learn the tax laws that are extremely complicated on purpose and obfuscated so that nobody really knows how to begin to come out ahead, then that's how you can keep people dumbed down, paying these obscene taxes and willing to pay this obscene inflation over time without creating an uproar until it gets really, really bad. The point is, saving and getting back 2.5% per year when it's 10% per year inflation, you're losing a lot of money there. So it's the most retarded thing you can do. Now, if you get yourself, I'm sorry if you're offended by that. I shouldn't use that word. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's kind of offensive. You guys know what I mean, though.
I feel like if it's offensive, it's usually the people that don't understand to be offended. Sorry, not sorry. It was just, I just wanted to add on top.
If anybody has any family members who are mentally handicapped, I apologize. What I meant to say is that you have some sort of mental deficiency when it comes to economic understanding, and that is probably why you might, have to work a lot harder than everybody else. It takes time to figure this stuff out. So at least give it the time of day when it comes to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency,
That was my first scam. The first scam I was ever introduced to was my savings account. They told me, this is the best scam ever. They told me, here, just put $100 in here, but it has to stay there. And if you touch it, you $35 every day because you went into your $100 that you have to keep there. So I was like, okay, cool. We can do that. No problem. Bet. So I'm at the store. I'm spending money. I check my balance. Nobody ever told me in high school or at the bank that, it takes 3 days for charges to clear and to show you your true balance. So I'm spending money. And I dipped into that $100 I was supposed to keep there. And they told me, hey, you owe me the money you just spent plus $35. And I was like, but you're the bank and you know that I don't have that $35. So where's your logic in this? Why don't you take that $100, put it in your register so I can't touch it, and consider that my sign-up fee and we can get on with the show? And they were like, no, we need you to basically be put in a position where you fuck yourself and just keep making us more money by putting yourself in debt that we know you can't pay because we have all the access to your income.
Yeah. I was going to ask Omar, do you, because I know this is for me, but are you surrounded by these people who have the majority mindset like you were talking about, and they look at you crazy when you speak like this? Because they look at me crazy when I tell them that too.
Well, it's interesting. I used to get it a lot more, because I used to be so excited when the price was going up personally. So I would be like, oh man, you got to check out this Bitcoin stuff, dude. But like, you try different approaches throughout time so you don't seem crazy, right? So right now, I guess I've gotten to the point in my life where I have created a life that's comfortable for me. And I'm cool with saying, like, they ask me, what do I do? I say, well, I try to raise awareness. I had an acting class I had to introduce myself to the other day. And the way I introduced myself was you had all these nice actors around me. It was like 5 of us. And they're all like, hi, like, I think I got a degree and I'm a singer. And like, I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to be an actor. And I want to do. And then this gets me, I'm like, well, what do? I have a channel, a YouTube channel where I talk about the coming economic collapse that is almost certain to happen, because there's one every single 10 years that could damage a lot of people's livelihoods, and to help people not just survive through that period, but to prosper through the use of cryptocurrency. And that was literally my introduction, and my teacher was like, cryptocurrency? I was like, yeah, it's like an up and coming, it's a new revolution in money. It is the future of money. It is and she's like, would you like to give a talk about that over here? I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, how much do you charge for that? I'm like, I can charge whatever I want to, $5,000. I'll do it for free for you, because I just want to I want to raise awareness about this kind of thing for sure. But the fact of the matter is that you have to just realize it's the truth. So the truth is, people say, why is Bitcoin real money, right? Like, well, you don't know what real money is. So first of all, let's talk about what money is, because the US dollar is not real money. So if you think that's what money is and why is Bitcoin real money, that's the first problem. So you have to stop that sentence right there. And you always got to start it with, what is money? It's a store of value. It's something that I worked for, but what is the value of my work in comparison to the work that you did? And we don't have one single unit that we can decide on. So that's how money came about, right? I work in exchange for each other's services in the future. And if you look at the dollar from that sense, it's terrible, because if you do save and you're losing 10% per year due to inflation, it's not a store of value anymore. Now you look at something like Bitcoin that actually gets you more bang for your buck for how hard you work today, tomorrow, then you're looking at something that's not just a store of value, but is, again, the best god dang savings account you can imagine in the world, and something that is freeing, because it won't always be this, right? Because if Bitcoin, for example, does become the center of the economy and for all civilizations, becomes that, then it's not going to be as volatile eventually, right? Because people expect the price. They kind of know once you have billions of people using this, it's going to be a lot more stable than when you have a lot of new money suddenly join, a lot of people sell off. So these price fluctuations are for now, and enjoy them. I think we should all enjoy the massive ups and downs. There's going to be a time where it's like, oh, you got into Bitcoin really early back in 2020? Wow, that's crazy, man. So that's what it's worth now, or whatever. It's gonna be like gold was, right? I think of work in 1974 something. If you look at the amount of money that you got paid for in gold, you would have like 100 times of ounces of gold for 1 ounce of gold for work that you would have done back then, which shows you how much inflation has happened since then. But it's going to be similar with Bitcoin in the future, where it's going to be stable, maybe, like the US dollar, if it is a thing. And, it's going to be a currency in that kind of sense. But you're not going to see people making tons of money. It's just going to be a store of values. Maybe you get some sort of return because there's a small bit of obviously gains. The price goes up because more people are using it, or there's more demand or whatever over time. But really realistically what's going to happen is there's going to be so many people in the market. There's going to be so much liquidity that it's going to be pretty stable. And it's going to be a great store of value. But right now, it's actually a really awesome savings account. So
yeah,
it's a great time to be in it.
That's what I'm trying to tell people too. It's at this point for me, people are like, "Oh, is it a good time to get into crypto?" I'm like, if I would have asked that question before I got into it, I'd still be asking that question. You have to...
I hate that question. I hate that question. Is it a good time to buy? Yes, it's always a good time to buy, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the other one is like, oh man, I bought too late. I should have bought when it was 2,700 and now it's 3,000. I'm like, you're a fool, because the guy who bought it at 10 was complaining about the people who bought it at 25 cents. You know what I'm talking about? There's always those people. So there's phases everybody goes through,
Hey, I have a question from the audience here from Techie Search. He wanted to know if we could go ahead and rate what our thoughts are on EOS, IOTA, and NEO, aka Ant shares. John, do you want to go first? Do you know what's up with EOS, IOTA, and NEO?
I would say EOS, IOTA, and then Ant shares. Mainly because I like the concept of EOS, where it's kind of that in between. It's a platform to it's kind of like your computer, where Ethereum is the hardware, EOS is like Windows operating system that people can build apps off of that. I kind of like that concept. And IOTA is second because I like that concept of the entangled web, like we were talking about, how you can have that vacuum cleaner making you money because someone else's floor contacted it and was like, hey, I'm fucking dirty, and when cleaned it or whatever. And then Ant shares because I don't know shit about it.
How about you, Omar? What would you rate in first, second, and third place out of the three?
I'm actually going to go the same way with John here. So the first one is EOS. I think it's really interesting. I really like Dan Larimer's work. I use it constantly. I've always referred back to it. Steam it and BitShares. He's building on it already. You're right. It's going to be an OS. So imagine like Windows with easy to make dApps. I can think of a bunch of dApps I'd love to make that are easy to build and have a lot of scalability. So that's a really interesting project. IOTA, also really cool, brand new technology. It's not even a blockchain. It's a blockchain. It's a Tangle. So it's just kind of revolutionary in what it's trying to do. The issue that I have is with IOTA is like, they talk about like this droid, like a drone that could fly around, right? And if it's selling hot dogs in one area and it's automatically paid or using this network to have micropayments or whatever, then it's gonna, if it sees it's not making enough money in Compton, it's gonna go over to Long Beach and Santa Monica until it finds a great spot people are willing to buy hot dogs from, right? But the issue I see with that is it's gonna have some major regulatory hurdles to cross. So I'm not saying it won't succeed. I'm just saying that one has a really long road to cross before it can have automated computers trying to do everything. It's a super futuristic, really cool idea. It has my support, but that's why it's in second place. I just see it has some major obstacles to come through, and we'll see how the team does with that. And lastly, same as John, I don't know enough about AntShares. I don't live in China, right? Neo, they call it Neo now. I love the Matrix.
They did rebrand to Neo because they want to be, what they're calling themselves is Smart Contracts 2.0, and they have some patented technology to use in their smart contracts to communicate cross-chain. So they have a patent on cross-chain communication via smart contracts. So I don't know. It's just, that's all I really know about AntShares going into Neo. That was their rebranding. And we all saw that famous photo of the CEO of AntShares, aka Neo, hanging out with Vitalik, the creator of Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. And I would like to touch on that a little bit, if you don't mind, Omar. I do have the cryptocurrencies, the internet's favorite troll, James Bond, in the chat box. He's very worried about the future of Ethereum, and I'm not. I think, and I still love Ethereum as a project, and I hope it succeeds because I want to live in a world where Ethereum succeeds and can provide the things that are going to make my life better in that future. What do you think, though, about this quote-unquote Ether, ICO bubble, and what do you think the, the price-wise of the coin and how it will be affected because of this? Do you think we're going to see more ICOs or less in the upcoming months?
We're going to continue to see ICOs, and especially when the price is going up, people want a quick buck. That's what the word is right now. So yeah, the reality of it, realistically, is that Ethereum is going to face a lot of price pressure throughout the next year as people need to sell at certain points. So that's only going to continue, and it is good for buying ICOs. That is the best thing that it has, unfortunately, right now going for it. There are a lot of interesting projects coming out, so we're going to need that major dApp. We're going to need a major dApp to come out and get a lot of people using it. But the thing is, it's not ready yet because Ethereum needs this thing so that you can not get charged for fees, right? When you want to interact with a dApp or a smart contract, that dApp would pay for the fees instead of the end user. So we need that in place. So it's going to come out with Metropolis, I believe the second hard fork. So that's some time away. Then we're going to need Raiden. So like kind of the Lightning Network on the Bitcoin blockchain, because Raiden is going to enable really fast micro payments, split second, huge scalability. I think 100 million or something transactions per second, something way beyond Visa and MasterCard. But we need these things. So we're not there yet. The thing is, we won't be able to get that master dApp until these things are in place. So Ethereum has a lot of work to do, and it's going to be at least till the end of next year before we begin to see if these things are going to be coming to light, these last parts of it. So it's grown really fast, way higher than I had imagined, really, really fast. So I don't know. I think the price could either stabilize here. They do need to change the inflation rate down to 3. They've been discussing. I had a buddy on board. I did an interview just this week, and he was recommending it goes down to 1 Ether per second. If they pulled off something like 1 Ether per second, that would lower, as far as block rewards to the miners for security, that would cause inflation to be reduced by a lot, which would really push the price up. But at the end of the day, you have to just kind of forget about price when it comes to Ether. Just put some in there and wait for a while and wait like 2 or 3 years and see what happens, right? But I think its main rival right now is EOS for sure. And EOS is kind of in the spotlight when it comes to this, and a lot of people are concerned about what Ethereum can do, its speed of development. I hope that it wins out as well, but at the end of the day, it's not, you can't, like, you shouldn't love with your money. You shouldn't love as an investor. Don't fall in love with your investments. Just be willing to be limber and be willing to stay aware, you know. Don't pigeonhole. I mean, I'm just trying, it's hard, right? We get used to one thing, and it's annoying to have to learn about AntShares and Neo and have to read their white paper or any other project we hear about. But you have to kind of stay in and tapped in. That's your job. That's our job, right, as YouTubers. It's just to try to be honest and not just very subjective with what we're doing. I don't know. What do you think, John? What do you think about Ethereum moving forward with the ICO and for the next year and beyond?
Actually, I have no idea because I don't really dabble into ICOs or anything. And if I ever hold, like, I'm holding Ethereum Classic, and I hold Ethereum Classic just in hopes of getting more Bitcoin in the future. So, just being honest, you know, I really don't care what happens. I would like to see Ethereum in ETC, you know, boom. And we have, like y'all were saying, have this world that's surrounded by it and operates on it. But as for right now, I'm just using it as a investment platform, just to get more Bitcoin, you know.
Yeah, I heard Ethereum Classic is going to do some big things. Charles Hoskinson leading the project by the end of the year. He's building a wallet that is going to make it easy to build smart contracts natively in the client that's almost ready by the end of the year. So imagine EOS's capabilities on a decentralized platform, and they're planning to keep it proof of work, proof of stake hybrid. So there's not concern about whether you'll be able to mine it in the future that you have with Ethereum. So Ethereum Classic is a pretty solid bet. That's the thing, you know. I used to hate Ethereum Classic, right? And it was like I hated it like I hated Ripple, and I used to love Ethereum. But if you're trying, you have to look at what you're trying to do. I love the goals that Ethereum has, and I believe it's still my second biggest investment as of the time of this video. Ethereum, I have a stupid amount of money in it because I believe in what they're doing with the technology, and I believe in the team, which is why I started investing in it. But Bitcoin, I'm currently holding the most of because I do want my free BCC, Bitcoin Cash, and multiple other hard forks. But I'm holding a sizable amount now in Ethereum Classic. I think that's a nice play right there, man.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Most people don't know what's happening.
They're gonna be adding a cap to it here soon, 230 million coins or something. But what do you have an understanding of this whole hybrid staking mining thing that you were mentioning?
Hybrid?
Yeah.
Well, like for example, when Ethereum is going to go to proof of stake, so you're not able to mine on it with the computers anymore. So you have to virtually mine. You stake your coins, which I'm sure you're aware of. I guess just doing a quick describer for some of the people who might be watching later on. But so yeah, you just kind of, instead of spending a bunch of ether to buy a computer and mine and waste a lot of money on electricity that's kind of wasteful, you kind of just stake a bunch of ether. So you spent that ether instead to lock it up, not touch it, and get a small increase while it's locked up of your ether in your account. And that's what you use to validate transactions. So in the meantime, in Metropolis or shortly afterwards, the goal for Ethereum, the main Ethereum, is to have a hybrid. So it's going to be some of the reward is going to go to people who stake, and some is going to go to people who are still mining. That's all still obviously being talked about, exactly what amounts and how it's going to work out, how much you need to stake. There are going to be pools, supposedly. So that's not set. Anybody who tells you, it's all just conjecture and maybe hearsay. Throughout the years. It changes constantly throughout the months. But when it comes to Ethereum Classic, they're not going to have that issue of like that point where they're both proof of stake and proof of work, and then they have to decide whether to ditch the miners. So some are speculating that all the miners from Ethereum are going to move over to Ethereum Classic, making that maybe one of the stronger networks out there. That's again just speculation, so I can't tell you what it'll be. But that's pretty much what it is. It's not going to have that argument about what's right there. And it's got like a Mastodon system where you can vote like what happens. The community's actually able to do that. So it's really neat what they're doing in these wallets for Ethereum Classic.
You know what? Right now, like a coin a lot of people are talking about, and one I thought would actually be seeing an opposite uptrend is Litecoin. Omar, what are your thoughts on Litecoin, and what do you think will happen with its price after August 1st?
Oh, I don't know, man. I hear that a lot, and I would love to actually hear what you guys think. But for me, that's probably the one I'm holding fourth most right now, Litecoin too. I do like Litecoin. They have had time to run the Lightning Network, to get segregated witness running, so not Lightning Network yet. but segregated witness. They have Lightning Network and Test Network. So they've been doing some things, but personally, I look back to when I first started getting into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Litecoin to me was just another coin. It was just kind of like a generic coin to me, because it's neither the coin that's the most innovative and revolutionary, nor the coin that is the biggest coin, it has the most security, nor the fastest coin. So it's not winning in any category besides being a backup for Bitcoin. So that's like, for me, that's like being a second string player and hoping Bitcoin to fail. So I do not see Bitcoin failing at all. It just is not gonna happen. There's too much money, too much economics involved. So I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Litecoin could go up because there could be a lot of fear, but I'm not one of those people that thinks that Bitcoin is gonna fail, or a lot of people are gonna run to Litecoin because of it, and then Litecoin will become the Bitcoin, or that Litecoin has 4 times the inflation rate of Bitcoin, therefore it's going to be better for micropayments. That's all like null, because when it comes to micropayments, you can adjust that using the Lightning the Lightning Network on Bitcoin. Has nothing to do with that. You can go to infinite decibels on Bitcoin, so it doesn't matter that it has 4 times as much. That argument makes zero sense to me. So I don't know. I would love to know, what do you guys think, John? What do you think about Litecoin as compared to Bitcoin? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've missed something here.
Well, actually, that's one of the reasons that I got into Litecoin, was because it's got less drama that comes along with it, and I've been able to make transactions a lot faster with it than Bitcoin. And I think it's a good go-to, being the silver to the gold of crypto, you know. So just in case something does happen with Bitcoin, I like having it, you know, because we can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm not expecting Bitcoin to crumble and fall or anything, but I like having that little insurance of just in case, you know. So.
Yeah, no, my Dash is actually that for me. It's interesting because I saw you guys talking about Dash earlier. I was just listening while doing my thing. But I love Dash. It's interesting because I forgot what you said, Ken, but you were talking about Dash and not seeing exactly what can you remind me? Do you remember what it was?
Well, yeah, I was just saying, like, I don't understand. They don't talk, they don't really promote as much. Like, they talk a lot about being cash and being digital cash, but they don't really explain, like, exactly how they're going to be digital cash. Like, cash is, I give you $5, you give it back to me, you give it back to you, you give it to Ellie, Ellie gives it to John, and it's still $5. It never lost that amount. That's digital cash to me, and I just didn't see that with Dash. I'm like, if I send somebody $5 worth of Dash, it's still a fee, and when they send it back to me, it's less. And if we keep doing this, the $5 bill that I'm moving keeps getting lesser and lesser in value. So I didn't see it being digital cash. I just saw them saying it's digital cash, and that's why I really wanted to get Amanda on so she could answer a bunch of my very novice questions.
Yeah, Amanda quit, dude. She's just gone for like a year. She said at least a year. That's unfortunate, but they're still pushing ahead. What I really like about Dash, though, is that they have that instant send feature. I think they charge you more if you use it, if you use that button instead to get automatically instant payments as far as fees. But you're right. There are fees on the network. That's a totally valid argument. I respect that. And the other one is that you can have a mixer built into it, so you can hide your transferring of money and wealth to each other. That's something really cool, and they have a nicer UI, for example, than Monero. Even Zcash, for example, everything looks pretty basic. Dash is shooting to be that mainstream, sexy-looking, iPhone app-looking thing. So that's what I like about Dash. I think that, you know, they have a big community that can vote on things. They have very fast payments when possible, and privacy, which you don't see in Bitcoin. I mean, we've seen that recently, right? Everybody, you were talking about that too. Everybody going down in the fear because of all these arrests and suicides happening right now pertaining to the darknet and associations with BTCE and that kind of thing. And so I think that privacy coins are a big thing. And you're not, I mean, I hope Bitcoin can have something like that. You know,
can,
but Dash,
yes, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere down the road, after we get Segwit, after Lightning, we can get, you know, optional confidential transactions and even the cross-atomic swapping. So if you really wanted Dash to send something, you could basically send your Bitcoin to a Dash address anyway, and it will end up as Dash that way. That's what I mean. Some of these coins, to me, feel like they're solving a problem Bitcoin is eventually going to solve. Like, it's weird. Like, if Bitcoin succeeds, which that coin, the blockchain technology, it needs Bitcoin's technology to succeed, will eventually surpass it. It's almost like having the incentive that it doesn't want Bitcoin to get the features that it has. But I like to tell people, and it's like, I know it's not exactly, but I mean, anything your altcoin can do, Bitcoin can do and probably will do better.
Yeah, it's like the granddaddy. It just spawns all these other coins, and it's like a black hole of learning from all of them and absorbing all of their knowledge, and eventually being like, oh yeah, you did smart contracts? Well, let's do it. And then everybody just keeps using Bitcoin. You're absolutely right. And I've had that same kind of argument myself. If Bitcoin can do most of the things that any of these other coins can do, then I'm sorry. We saw that recently with Facebook. They said, I'm sorry, Snapchat. Instagram, the same thing. Yes. I'm sorry, Snapchat. We're going to take your main feature and do it as well. And that's what competition is, right? So Bitcoin is the guy to compete with still. And he is the big boy in the room. He's over 51% dominance again today. It was down quite a bit. And it's moving back up. So, yeah, Bitcoin's still the guy you have to compare yourself to. So the only thing is, right, the advancement of the technology. How long did it take before we could get SegWit or block size increase with Bitcoin? Its biggest enemy is itself and its community. Bitcoin is the problem right now. All this debate without actually innovating.
And it's healthy. I like that. We debating and arguing and we can vote. We get to vote. Everybody has a say. And if the majority leans one way, then that's where we go. I love when people say Bitcoin has no governance. I'm like, no, Bitcoin has no governance like anything else before. You're not used to the type of governance Bitcoin has, but there is a form of governance. It's us. It's everybody. Anybody can participate. That's why people are like, oh, they have a governance issue. I'm like, I think you have an understandings issue.
Yeah, it's self-governance. But I wanted to ask, is back on the anonymity of the coins and everything, is Dash just like that, where it's just as anonymous as Monero, or is that what you're comparing to?
It does it in a different way. So it kind of has a mixer in the wallet, from my understanding. So Monero does something completely different using ring CTs and ring signatures, but it is that private. You do have to. It's not going to be private automatically. You do have to go into your wallet and kind of mix things up if you want to make it private. But it is really neat because if you go into a blockchain explorer for Dash, you can't find anything on anybody else's coins. It's like Monero. If you go to a blockchain explorer for Monero, I dare you to type it into a website and try to pull up even your own Monero public address. It's going to give you like a joke. It's going to be like, nice try looking at your buddy's pocket. And that's what I love to see, that kind of thing. So I don't think EOS is trying to do anything like that. I don't think that they're natively trying to do anything private. We look at Steemit, and it's one of the least private things out there. Anybody can just see where people are at if they put their real name on there, see account information, when they've moved money. So Ethereum is going to have this Z-Snark technology, which is also really cool. They're going to have Zcash's technology very soon. So imagine being able to create your own token, have your own ICO for a token that you create on the Ethereum network that has that privacy. And then suddenly Ethereum looks a lot more alluring to Bitcoin that doesn't have this yet. We're seeing, like you said, bitmixer.io went down. So some of the tumblers are not looking very good. These third-party tumblers, they're raising suspicions, obviously, right? Oh, no, we just didn't want to sell the business for $6 million. We just, we don't believe it's private anymore. So it didn't go with our beliefs. We shut down. Bullshit, dude. You're a company. Every company goes for profits. And plus, you don't want to be arrested. Everybody's getting arrested. So maybe you did some shady stuff. You mixed some shady stuff at your site. But the point is, it's better to have a blockchain that does this natively, does privacy, than having to go to a website to do this on the third party. Because then you're going to be like, why are you going to a website to do this, right? Instead of like, oh, it's just a feature. I didn't know. I just used it. It was just there. So I think Ethereum is going to be looking really, really hot. So my argument to Zcash and all those Zen and ZCL, Z Classic, all these coins is like, what about when Ethereum can use that technology? Then why Zcash, right? What is the point of Zcash?
Yep.
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for 2018. I mean, I have like a weird two-faced opinion on regulation in crypto, where I want regulation, and only because once the government steps in and starts trying to demand and command how we interact with this new technology, we will start voicing our opinions and voting people in that have our interests best at heart for this thing that is created. But in order for that to happen, we have to be held back. We have to have a thing in the way that's a roadblock so we can realize that this isn't for the best for us. It's the best for the system, and we need to vote people in that want to change the system for the best for us. The best analogy for this is in Philadelphia, they had a sugar tax. And nobody had a care in the world about the sugar in Philadelphia getting taxed extra. And if you want to buy soda pop, it cost extra. And the day that tax went in, you saw people protesting in the street like they quit their jobs for this protest. And it's almost like nobody gives a shit until it's a problem. All the way up until you're told what you can and cannot do, people don't care. That's the moment you get in trouble or you have to go out of your way to do the thing you want to do, you start to give a shit. And for me, the regulation is going to be difficult at first, but it's going to put us, the users, in a position where we have to start voicing and voting in directions that get us to where we want to be. It's going to force us to do something that is necessary if we want this to survive. Or it could kill it.
Yeah.
At risk of keeping you too long, dude, I know you're a busy man. I don't know if you're familiar with the layout of the show, but we did hit almost 100 live viewers. But at 50 thumbs up, I go ahead and give away Litecoin live. Let's go ahead and find our Litecoin winner. Oh, wrong button. This button. Let's go ahead and draw the winner of our Litecoin giveaway. Here we go. Out of 22 entries. 58 thumbs up, 75 live viewers. It is drawing, and the winner is Mr. S. Thank you for entering. Shout out to all those sevens, and at least it's at gmail.com, so that's cool. I'll be sending you an email shortly. That way you can send a reply email with your Litecoin address and win your receive the Litecoin you won. Awesome. So we got to do that. Shout out to Mr. S. Again, Omar.
Shout out to the guy who sent the super chat too. I forgot to mention that. Someone sent you a super chat.
We got a super chat?
A while back. That was a while back, and we got into the conversation and everything. And
oh, I missed it. Well, whoever sent me that super chat, thank you very much. You know I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed that, but dude, that really means a lot when I get those. So thank you so much. Omar and Ellie, thank you guys for making the time to come on, and Ellie again for explaining how the wallet worked. I really feel like people need to know that they could use Bitcoin and, you know, cut out those middlemen, because a lot of people have that understanding that there is no middlemen in Bitcoin, but we still do need some middlemen.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It was just kind of impromptu. I know we were hoping to see It's Me Boss Lady, so hopefully you can get her back on. But
oh yeah, next week we're gonna have her on for sure. Thank you guys. What was that, John?
Yeah, thanks for having me too.
You're gonna be here every night, you big silly.
I didn't say anything.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Again, shout out to Mr. S and everybody who sent the super chats. Again, we did very well tonight. I'll be here every weeknight at 10 p.m. Eastern. And let's go ahead and cue that outro. Have a day.